When replacing a fuse panel with a breaker panel in a residential setting, several factors must be considered to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. The information presented here serves as general guidance, and it is always recommended to consult with a licensed electrician and local authorities for specific requirements in the area. Firstly, regarding general considerations, if the service and branch circuits remain physically untouched during the panel replacement, there is typically no immediate need to upgrade or modify them. The new breaker panel must have the same amperage capacity as the existing fuse panel. For example, if the old panel was rated for 100 amps, the new breaker panel should also be rated for 100 amps to match the existing electrical demand. This ensures that the panel can handle the load it was originally designed for. Secondly, grounding is crucial. Ensure that the new breaker panel complies with the latest electrical codes for grounding requirements. Proper grounding is essential for safety, as it provides a path for fault currents to return to the source, tripping the breaker and preventing electrical shock hazards. Improper grounding can create dangerous conditions, so it is essential to follow local electrical codes meticulously. Thirdly, it's worth considering potential upgrades. One common upgrade is replacing fuses with circuit breakers. Circuit breakers provide increased safety and convenience because they can be easily reset after tripping. Fuses, on the other hand, need to be replaced, which can be inconvenient and potentially dangerous if done improperly. If the existing branch wiring is outdated or unsafe, upgrading it to meet current electrical codes should be done. Old wiring may have deteriorated insulation or may not be rated for the current demands of modern appliances. Replacing old wiring can significantly improve the safety and reliability of the electrical system. Surge protection should also be considered. Installing surge protection devices can guard against electrical surges that can damage sensitive electronics. Surges can come from various sources, including lightning strikes and power grid fluctuations. Surge protectors help to divert excess voltage away from sensitive equipment, preventing damage. There are also other considerations to keep in mind. It's always crucial to check with the local municipality for specific requirements and permit procedures for electrical work. Local codes can vary, and it is essential to comply with them to avoid penalties and ensure safety. It is generally recommended to hire a licensed electrician to ensure proper installation and compliance with codes. Licensed electricians have the training and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. Attempting to do electrical work without proper training can be dangerous and may violate local codes. Once the work is complete, an electrical inspection is typically required by the municipality to verify compliance with codes. The inspection ensures that the work was done safely and correctly. Failing an inspection can result in fines and the need to redo the work. In summary, as long as the service and branch circuits remain unchanged and the new breaker panel meets the same amperage capacity as the old fuse panel, most existing components can remain as is. However, considering potential upgrades and adhering to local codes and safety standards for a comprehensive electrical system update is essential. Remember to always prioritize safety and consult with qualified professionals to ensure the electrical work is done correctly. Electrical systems are complex and potentially dangerous, so it is not worth taking unnecessary risks. Proper planning and execution can ensure a safe and reliable electrical system for years to come. For example, consider the scenario where the original fuse panel was installed decades ago. While the wiring may still be functional, it may not meet current safety standards. Upgrading the wiring to modern standards can significantly reduce the risk of electrical fires and other hazards. Also, many older homes do not have adequate surge protection. Installing surge protectors at the main panel and at individual outlets can protect valuable electronics from damage. Before starting any electrical work, it is essential to obtain the necessary permits from the local municipality. Permits ensure that the work is inspected and meets safety standards. Working without a permit can result in fines and may require redoing the work. Hiring a licensed electrician is always a good idea, even for seemingly simple tasks. Licensed electricians have the knowledge and experience to identify potential hazards and ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. They can also advise on the best way to upgrade the electrical system to meet current and future needs. When choosing a breaker panel, select one that is properly rated for the load and has enough space for future expansion. It is always better to have extra capacity than to be limited by the panel. Also, ensure that the panel is properly grounded according to local electrical codes. Proper grounding is essential for safety and helps to prevent electrical shock hazards. Before disconnecting any wiring, turn off the power at the main breaker. This will prevent accidental electrical shock. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires. When replacing the panel, carefully label all the wires so that they can be reconnected correctly. Taking pictures of the wiring before disconnecting it can also be helpful. After the panel is installed, test all the circuits to ensure they are working properly. Use a circuit tester to verify that the outlets are properly wired and grounded. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work, hire a licensed electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is not worth taking unnecessary risks. A qualified electrician can ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Always follow local electrical codes and safety standards. Electrical codes are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. Failure to comply with codes can result in fines and may create dangerous conditions. Regularly inspect the electrical system for any signs of damage or wear. Look for things like frayed wires, cracked outlets, and loose connections. If you find any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician. Keep flammable materials away from electrical panels and outlets. This will help to prevent electrical fires. Never overload electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat and start a fire. Use a power strip with a built-in circuit breaker to protect against overloads. If you have any questions about electrical safety, consult with a licensed electrician or the local electrical inspector. They can provide valuable information and guidance. Remember, electrical safety is essential. Taking the time to follow these tips can help to protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Also, consider the age of the existing wiring. If the wiring is more than 25 years old, it may be time to replace it. Older wiring may have deteriorated insulation, which can increase the risk of electrical shock and fire. When replacing wiring, use the correct size and type of wire for the application. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, specifies the minimum wire size for various circuits. Using the wrong size wire can create a fire hazard. Also, use the correct type of connectors and fittings for the wiring. Improper connectors can cause loose connections, which can overheat and start a fire. When working with electrical wiring, always wear safety glasses and rubber gloves. Safety glasses will protect your eyes from flying debris, and rubber gloves will protect you from electrical shock. Never work on electrical wiring when the power is on. Always turn off the power at the main breaker before starting any work. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires. If you're not sure how to do something, ask a qualified electrician for help. It is better to be safe than sorry. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is not worth taking unnecessary risks. Regularly check the ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in your home. GFCIs are designed to protect you from electrical shock. They should be tested monthly to ensure they are working properly. To test a GFCI, press the test button. The GFCI should trip, cutting off the power to the circuit. If the GFCI does not trip, it needs to be replaced. Replace any damaged or cracked outlets and switches. Damaged outlets and switches can be a shock hazard. When replacing outlets and switches, use the correct type of device for the application. Use tamper-resistant outlets if you have young children in your home. Tamper-resistant outlets have a built-in safety mechanism that prevents children from inserting objects into the slots. Install arc fault circuit interrupters, or SIs, in your home. SIs are designed to protect against electrical fires caused by arcing faults. Arcing faults can occur when electrical current jumps from one conductor to another. Size are required by the National Electrical Code in many areas of the home. Keep electrical cords away from water. Water is a good conductor of electricity and it can create a shock hazard. Never use electrical appliances near water. If an electrical appliance falls into water, do not touch it. Turn off the power at the main breaker and then remove the appliance from the water. Have the appliance inspected by a qualified electrician before using it again. Do not run electrical cords under rugs or carpets. This can damage the cords and create a fire hazard. Also, do not pinch electrical cords between furniture and walls. This can also damage the cords and create a fire hazard. Use extension cords sparingly. Extension cords are not designed for permanent use. If you need to use an extension cord, choose one that is the correct size and length for the application. Do not overload extension cords. Overloading an extension cord can cause it to overheat and start a fire. Unplug electrical appliances when they are not in use. This will save energy and reduce the risk of electrical shock and fire. Have your electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician every few years. An electrician can identify potential problems and make recommendations for improvements. Also, be sure to keep all electrical panels and equipment accessible. Do not block access to electrical panels or equipment with furniture or other objects. In addition, make sure that all electrical boxes are properly covered. Exposed wiring can be a shock hazard. Ensure that all electrical work is done by a qualified electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is not worth taking unnecessary risks. A qualified electrician has the training and experience to do the job safely and correctly. They will also be familiar with local electrical codes and regulations.